So this is where the interesting experience happens. Why didn't you tell me this before? Like, you never told me any of the risks before I got this done. I'm standing up, but I really like the way this candle looks against my face, so I think I'm just gonna hold it here for a while. Actually, no, this is getting too much. I'm just gonna put it down. We have gathered here today to discuss my schnoz. That's what it is. It's another word for nose, right? It just sounds so weird. I don't like that word. This happened back in January is when I first got liquid injected into my nose to make it look more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Mostly to my eye, because that's really the only opinion I care about. You should always just do things for you, not for other people. That's where I want to start this video off. I want to talk about what I did not like about my nose. It was a form of body dysmorphia. I think, is that like a blanket term for all the times you don't like yourself? I'm just gonna go with yes. If I'm wrong, let me know down in the comments below. Hey, editing Larissa here. I just wanted to say that I am wrong. I should not have said that it's a blanket term for just finding things wrong with your body. Some people actually have it a lot worse than I do, and I just wanted to kind of acknowledge that here. So please don't hate me. I'm really sorry. But I had a lot of body dysmorphia around my nose, mostly because of what I'm doing right now, filming videos. I remember growing up in high school, and honestly, I'm gonna sound kind of bitchy right now, but I really did not have a problem with my face at all. I actually looked at my nose and I was like, oh wow, I'm really glad I don't care about my nose. I'm really glad that I like my face. And boy, did karma just come and just push me off a cliff when I got older, man. Now I have a lot of problems with the way I look, which doesn't everybody? Since I'm always making videos, I'm always in videos, my biggest issue was my nose, and it still is. I still have problems with my nose. Filler can't really change absolutely everything. It might for you, but it definitely did not for me. I started to notice that on one side of my face, my nose was curved, and it just kind of was super noticeable to me in videos. My face is extremely asymmetrical to me. I know a lot of people's are. A lot of celebrities' faces are asymmetrical, and then you have people like Tom Cruise with like a weird tooth right in the middle of his face, and it just kind of like totally throws you off when you first see it. The fact that my nose was not symmetrical, and it's also like right in the middle of your face, and it's what I figured everyone was staring at in my videos, I decided to get something done about it. So back in the before times, in January, I went to a little, I guess it's called a med spa, and I literally, actually, this is what happened. I followed a bunch of them on Instagram. So I followed a couple of them on Instagram just to kind of hopefully see what they did and how well they didn't. And to my surprise, a lot of places actually didn't have liquid rhinoplasty pictures, which kind of makes sense because I live in Kansas City and we don't really have a huge filler culture here like they do in places like, I was gonna say Lee Summit, which is also around where I live. Definitely isn't a filler culture there, but if there was, that would be the place it would be. But LA or New York, where I feel like people get fillers the moment they turn of age, which, what is the age? Is it 16? Is that what it is? I feel like it shouldn't be. I feel like it's 18. So I ended up just picking one and asking like, hey, do you guys do liquid rhinoplasties? And they got back to me and they were like, yeah, like let's set up a consultation. And I had my consultation, I think the next week, and I was really excited. Didn't tell my boyfriend about it. Didn't tell anybody about it really. Actually, I think I did tell one person about it, but in my mind, all I was doing was I was just gonna go get a consultation. I needed to find out how much it was going to cost because they don't just have the prices listed out on the websites. You have to actually go in and they have to look at your nose or whatever body part you want to get done, and then they're going to tell you how much it costs. So I did not have money on deck at this point in time, so I was definitely not planning on getting it done on this day. So this is where the interesting experience happens. So I go in and it's like an hour after I'm supposed to have my consultation that I'm actually seen. You could tell everything was very rushed. You could tell that the doctor was behind, not only because they told me he was behind, but because he was talking like a million miles a second. And like, I just felt like I didn't have time to answer. Like, it was just kind of like very rushed and kind of intimidating too. Because I didn't know these people. I had never gotten anything done before. They never asked me if I gotten anything done before. There was no like reassurance or anything. So anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I go in and he takes pictures with this camera with a weird box lens on it, and it's connected through a wire to the computer, and he takes different pictures of different angles of my face and he puts them into the computer. And boy, I thought my nose was crooked before I went. Yep, that software really made me feel great about myself. Basically, there was a thing that he did where he took away all the texture in your face so you could only see the shapes and the shadows of your face, and it was definitely crooked. He actually asked me, have you ever broken your nose before? And I was like, nope, this is just the way I came out. Thanks. So he finishes evaluating my face and he tells me what he can do for me. And he was like, basically, you know, I can make the small little hump on your nose, which the hump was never really anything I'm worried about. But he was like, I can make that go away by injecting up here at the top of the bridge of your nose. And then I can also run some stuff through the side of your nose. And all the while he's talking to me, his assistant is like getting packets out and putting on gloves and like opening things and like kind of like, I don't know if you've ever gotten like a piercing done, like they set up the whole area, or like a tattoo or something, like setting up an area. And I'm just like, what is she doing? Like I never said I was gonna get it done today, but she's like rushing and getting this done. And he's like, okay, yeah, so does that sound good to you? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, but I don't have any money right now. I didn't come prepared to do this, because I was like, how much do you think it's gonna cost? And he said like $600. And I was like, okay. I mean, I knew in my head I could definitely save up for that pretty quickly and maybe get it done the next month or something. But I was like, oh, I don't really have the money right now. And he was like, oh, well, we have the Care Credit program. It's like a credit card and you can sign up for it. I was like, oh, well, like I need to sign up for it. Then I haven't signed up for that. And he was like, oh, are you pretty confident that it's gonna get approved because it's a line of credit? And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty confident. And he's like, okay, then we can just do it right now and you can just sign up for it after. And I was like, okay, I guess. I just said yes. I'm really bad at saying no. That's one thing that you'll probably learn from any stories that I tell. I'm really bad at saying no. I'm really bad at confrontation. I'm really bad at displeasing people. I just like in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to make you feel bad, so I'll do whatever you want me to do, that kind of thing. So I sit in the chair and he did the numbing, and this was weird. Like this did not hurt at all, but he did an injection here and an injection here. Wow, my skin is really oily. No, maybe I'm just glowing. I'm not oily. He did an injection here and an injection here. He said if you feel something that feels like you got zapped, it sounds scary, but it's not. That means that it's gonna work very quickly. So he did 2 injections here and here, and immediately, like I could feel like a little zap. Like it felt so weird and tingly, and then all of a sudden, like my entire nose from like here down to like the corners of my mouth, like up here, was all completely numb. And it was like a tiny little prick, like just a prick, like as if you were popping a pimple or something like that. It didn't even feel that bad because my pimples hurt. I don't know about you, but my pimples hurt when I pop them. I think he filled up here with like the normal way where they just inject it directly. But then to get the sides, he used a cannula, and that's like a flexible needle. It was really weird. And he poked it up like the tip of my nose and like went up, and I could just feel it like sliding up my nose. Ugh. It's really weird to explain, and I didn't know he was gonna do that. So I'm just sitting here, there's like 2 people standing over me. He's like talking really fast to like his assistant. She's helping him. It all seemed very, very rushed. I kind of felt pressured into doing it right then and there because it's kind of like, you know, like I don't want to say no. I know like you're already running behind. I didn't want to waste his time because I like to please people. So I ended up getting it done. And he told me basically like you're gonna see some white splotchy areas. If you do, that's okay, but if it stays there by like 9 p.m. tonight, let me know, because that could mean that you have a blocked blood vessel and this and that. And I'm just like, why didn't you tell me this before? Like you never told me any of the risks before I got this done. Like, and that's one of the regrets that I have, is that he was very like, I don't know, maybe it was just a tough time for them or something. I just always like to find like the good in people and like make excuses for them, but it was very rushed and I felt very pressured into doing this. Even though it's something I wanted to do, I wasn't really ready to do it that day. And I can show you the pictures of what it looked like exactly that night whenever I got home. And then I'll also include some pictures of like the following days. And it actually got it was usually pretty swollen in the morning is when it was always the worst, for like a couple days afterward. And then I think by like 7 days it was or like at least 2 weeks, it was pretty much the way it's supposed to be. And now it's been several months or a couple months since then, so my nose is the way it is. So yeah, I do think that someday I'll probably get a nose job, or I honestly think I have a deviated septum. I need to go get that checked out, but obviously I'll have to wait until this kind of dissolves down. I don't know what the rules are for that. I think that they can probably dissolve it themselves somehow, but also we're in the middle of a pandemic, so it's really the least of my worries right now. So yeah, that's my experience. I did go back to get a a checkup basically about 3 weeks after I got it done. At that time, he kind of like tried to sell me a prescription for like acne, even though I don't have a whole lot of breakouts. He was like, oh, do you break out around your period? And I was like, I mean, yeah, everyone does though. And he was like, well, here's a water pill to help you stop breaking out, but in order to get a refill, you have to like buy more injections and you have to like do blood work and blah 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 to make sure it doesn't interact with your other bodily functions. And I'm just like, I don't really care that much, dude. Like, I came here to get my nose done, I got it done, like, I'm breaking up with you. So if you have any questions, let me know. Oh, I almost forgot about the pain scale. The pain scale it was not bad at all. It was like, I don't know, it was all happening so fast. My heart was beating really fast. It was adrenaline. I think you'll be fine. And in most cases, they might not even use a cannula on you. I don't even know why they used it on me. Probably so they can get to the side of my nose. It might still look crooked to you, but it looks a heck of a lot better to me. Would I do it again? I don't know, I guess it just depends on how long this lasts. I wasn't allowed to wear glasses for a really long time, which sucks because I need glasses to see. I'm wearing contacts right now. Oh, and I have a meeting in 6 minutes. You know what, I'll just make another video on that stuff. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below and I will get back to them because I have nothing else to do and I love to talk to you guys. So thank you so much for watching and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.